Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my channel, Marriage, Politics, and Sports. Today, you're on a swivel at the sports bar. This is a prelim show because my regular show is at 7 o'clock tonight. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about this particular one. I won't have that time during the show because I try to keep that to an hour. But this is a tale of two ladies who are going into the WNBA. And believe it or not, some people say that they may be the folks to rejuvenate the whole league, kind of like a Larry Bird and Magic Johnson touched the NBA when they came in. Now, it's a stretch in terms of skill and that, but we have to admit, over the last 2 years, Caitlin Clark has been the talk of the town for all sports, pretty much, right? And of course, Angel Reese is contrary to all the hard-legged looking women in the WNBA. They got some pretty ones, but she's feminine and she's into the fashion. And even though she tried to be a victim when they lost that game, and Emmanuel Archo said what he did, and I agreed 100% with what he said. Unfortunately, he turned into a coward and backed his words back because the misandrist and everybody else came at him, and he wasn't man enough to stand on his toes. But anyway, even with that, she's thoroughly likable, and she's the kind of feminine woman that the WNBA needs, as opposed to a lot of those women who have bad attitudes. They keep talking about how they're not getting paid, like they don't understand anything about economics. And nobody goes to see their games. Everybody, all of these phonies are talking about, they should have equal pay. Women don't even go see their game. They have another sister who was out here talking about how she's getting pressured because she's straight, right? So Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have an opportunity to, and I don't know how long this will last, but Caitlin Clark, no, without a doubt, is a great basketball player. College basketball is just as good or better than professional women's basketball. Definitely better to watch, no doubt about that. And she's been really hot, so she's gonna get paid because everybody wants a piece of her. So, but let's not say Angel Reese is going to make a lot of money too. It might not be Caitlin Clark money, but she's going to be a multimillionaire on her endorsements as well. And even though she went seventh to the Chicago Sky, we pretty much don't know. We pretty much don't even talk about the women who went between Caitlin Clark and her, even though at this the WNBA draft was one of the most exciting WNBA drafts, I guess, in history. I don't think that many people ever even watched that damn thing. I know I even watched some of it. A lot of the ladies were in some great fashion. They had one little dude, one chick dressed like a dude, but that's indicative of the WNBA, and so at least she was true to herself. But she stuck out like a sore thumb because all the women were fashioned up. I think Angel Reese had something to do with that. I think the way that she always wants to dress, and she dresses provocatively. That's why I thought she was a hypocrite talking about being sexualized. She sexualizes herself, and so she needs to get over that bullshit. When you're upset, don't default to being a victim. You're not a victim. You're not. You're gonna have a better life than most people everywhere. And but I'm looking forward to. I might even watch a few games. Matter of fact, I know I will. When Caitlin's playing, and I guess when they match up against each other, when the Fever plays the Sky, I bet you the ratings for that game will be higher than most NBA games. Probably in the playoffs. I think the preseason starts in May 3rd or something like that. And then regular season, as soon as the very first game they play each other, even though they might not guard each other, certainly Caitlin's not going to guard Angel because I think she plays down low. She's a center. Um, I bet you the ratings are going to be higher than most of the NBA playoffs games. I can almost guarantee you that. So, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Now, how long will this last? How long will the magic of these two women last? Now, Angel Reese, I think she came out just recently talking about, protect, young girls in sports, ambiguous statement. Uh, but most people know what she means. I hope she doesn't walk that back because, it's really, uh, the words were really crafted pretty nicely, but I'm sure she's talking about natural born women. Don't need to be worrying about men playing in their sports. And what Biden's going to do to Title IX is worthy of losing his presidency. And, women, you're going to have to come out and vote if you want to protect the girls that you fought for. That Title IX was something y'all fought for. And if they let men play in those sports, it's going to go away. It's going to go away. So, all you guys should rally behind Riley Gaines. And if Angel Reese, if you're one of those kind of warriors that understand that there's no place for men in female sports, say that shit with your chest. Say nobody, you're not going to be canceled. People are tired of canceling people over them having the right to say what the hell they want to say. Doesn't make you homophobic or transphobic or anything like that. Just say what you mean. You're a woman. Every month you go through something that these people will never go through. So I'm hoping that, the WNBA can go through a metamorphosis with these two ladies and a couple other ladies coming out in the draft who are feminine, who are actually women, who like men, you know, and and so it'd be nice and interesting to watch if we could at least put some femininity back into the WNBA. You could play a hard sport and be feminine on the outside when you meet and talk to people, be looking good, and it beats all the other crap that's going on in there. And again, it's not men who don't support the WNBA. It's women. They spend money more than men do. If the women really wanted that league, and I'm talking about fans, if they wanted the league to succeed, they would buy tickets, but they don't. So there's no pay gap. There's none of that shit. If your league is uh, uh, operating at a deficit, maybe this year they might actually make some money. They might actually make some money. Might actually get it going to the black for a year or two because of these two women right here, and some of the other women coming out as well. So I'm looking forward to a few games. Shoot, I might even go to a couple. Who knows? But I know up to this point, I have no interest in watching the WNBA. But the season's coming up, and I'm definitely going to watch some games this year, no doubt about it. So it's not only Caitlin Clark. I'll be looking at Angel Reese and some others, see how those athletes came out. And there's something to be said for them to have made their names while they were in college. That's something that's missing out of the NBA. We don't even know who these guys are when they come in because they just is one and done as best they can. So, but you know, those are the breaks. Anyway, I didn't want to make this a long one. I call this the Messiah, which is, of course, Caitlin Clark, and the Fashionista, of course, is Angel Reese. And I would imagine she's going to be, into fashion all year long, and people are going to like looking at her. I saw her walk into a stadium with, and her cheeks were out. I'm saying, that was a little bit far. I mean, she looked good, but you can't talk about being sexualized wearing stuff that's skimpy. Men are going to do what men do, and you can't stop us. You can complain all you want. If you look sexy, men are going to look at you. They're going to gawk at you. So as long as they ain't touching you, and as long as they ain't violating you in that fashion, you really don't have nothing to say about it because you attract what you attract. Anyway, having said all of that, I'm not going to be long. Payne on the swivel at the sports bar. Over and out. Well, I said over and out, but check me out at 7 o'clock tonight. And be right here. Some of the fellas might come up. We're gonna hit this topic again. And you know, uh we'll see how it goes. I got a few other topics. Go through a gambit of all sports. 7 o'clock tonight, every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. We're gonna start building an audience. It's gonna be my goal for the year. Now that I got over 1,000 subs now, it's time to start to change the way I do YouTube and get some folks to start participating. But I like my fellas when they do come over and we have a nice little conversation, like a private gathering. So that's cool. Now it's time to get some more audience. I'll talk to you later. All right.